My name is Kim Todd, and I'm one of the producers of the movie A Bear Named Winnie, which is the story of a black bear cub named Winnie, who was named after the city of Winnipeg. She was found by Harry Colborne, a soldier from Winnipeg, in the city of White River, Ontario, when he was on his way to war in 1914. She was going to be killed by a hunter, so he took her with him to his camp in Valcartier and eventually to England, where he left her at the London Zoo when he went to the war in France. While she was living at the London Zoo, and being a major attraction to all the children of London, a writer named A.A. Milne and his son Christopher came to see her, and their visits to Winnie inspired the character Winnie the Pooh in the A.A. Milne stories. The most interesting part of working on A Bear Named Winnie was the bears. First thing we had to do was find a couple of bear cubs, and we did. Charlie and Chester were born to a mother black bear who lives in captivity in Minnesota, and the trainers took Charlie and Chester and brought them up, bottle feeding them and training them to be used to humans, and very quickly learning to do simple things, or relatively simple things, like climb a tree on cue or climb down a tree on cue, which is a little harder because a bear cub will climb anything, but coming down isn't always what they want to do.
All right.
Chester Bear! Chester Bear! Go boy, Chester Bear! Go boy! Come on, buddy! Come on, buddy! Come on, Chester Bear! Stay.
So what happened was Dana Dubé and Andrew Simpson, the bear trainers, taught them to climb a tree when they heard a buzzer, and at the top of that tree they would find Andrew with a bottle, which is how they're fed, so they were delighted to be up there and find the bottle. And then when another buzzer sounded, they knew if they climbed down the tree and ran over to Dana, they'd get a bottle from her. So the training process was, I'm hungry, or they're always hungry because they're babies, and I want to be fed, and I know if I go through this process, I'll be rewarded.
Come on, cub.
You go back and buzz Danny, he'll run to you.
Come on, Chester. Chester Bear.
Another bit of training was teaching the bears how to sit on a little chair, a little wooden chair that the trainers built, and that was so that we could, at different times during the filming, get them to sit still so we could do close-ups and get reaction shots of them.
Good, huh?
Well, this is Charlie. We have two cubs for the movie, Charlie and Chester. They're brothers. They're 5.5 months old. And we got really lucky because they complement each other really well, which is always what you hope for when you double animals, is that you have strengths in each one, because every animal has strengths and weaknesses, just like people do. Some are action animals, and some are a little sweeter and better for actor interaction. So Charlie is generally our better cub for interaction. He's generally the softer, gentler one. Chester's a little bit more of a bulldozer, but also has some very, very sweet, affectionate moments. The majority of their diet is specially formulated milk for bears, and also some omnivore chow. They love the milk, not so much the omnivore chow. They certainly won't work for that. They will work for milk, but Smarties seems to be the hit for today. What's hot one day isn't necessarily hot the next day, so we have a variety of things on hand all the time. Yogurt-covered raisins, also a very big hit most days. At the end of each day, we have commented in the van on our way home about how fortunate we are to work with this group of people from all of the key players, producers, director, DOP, the actors. Every single one of them have been fabulous about the cubs and very, very supportive about understanding that cubs are cubs and realistic in what their behaviors are and their moods are. And we're really very happy about that, really grateful.
Michael, honestly, has been fantastic. Kiss him, Charlie. Good boy.
That was right on cue.
That was right on cue. Because when we start, we never know who our actor is going to be. And we requested that our actor be sent out at least 2 weeks ahead of time for boot camp or bear camp, so he can come in here and and get roughed up a little, and we can get to meet him, and we can show him how to interact with the bears. As it turned out, schedule-wise, we didn't get Michael till a few days before, and it was just, he's just jumped in there full steam ahead. One of the serious things we've noticed about Michael is when we said to him, we'd love you to spend some time with the animals, he never leaves. We come in the morning at 5:30 and he's here on the ground with the bears. We try and pack up at night to go, and he's like, 5 more minutes. He's like a child, 5 more minutes. And he won't go. We love him, but geez, he go home, Michael, sometimes.
Yeah, it costs a lot to feed me as well. I go through a lot of bear milk.
So one of the things we notice about the script all the time, and it happens whichever animal script you get, is that the writer will come up with ideas and notions, and he'll write them down. But then when it comes to shoot them on the day, especially when you're dealing with bear cubs, the bear cubs ad-lib a little bit. They won't go exactly as rehearsed, as you'll see. And I'm just going to put one over with you, Dana, so Michael can get a chance here. Thank you very much.
Oh, I love it.
So one of the things we have to do, which Michael and Jonathan are excellent at, is just going with the flow, going with the scene. It may require that the bear, one scene, for example, in the car, we prepped it that Michael's driving and Harry's sitting in the back and the bear cub's sitting beside him. And we'd prepped it, and the little bear cub was sitting there just perfectly. Then the moment we go to shoot it, the car starts moving and the bear thinks, oh, I'm just going to have a little look around. So he starts climbing all around Jonathan. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but he actually peed on him. But even whatever scene we're doing, there's always something little, unprompted comes up. And Jonathan and Michael have been great at just going with the flow, ad-libbing as they go. And I think John, the director, has been happy with that too.
I played the bear as a character, and I knew what the intention in the scene was for the bear. I imagined the bear as an actor, and then I gave the actor an intention. This is what the bear needs in the scene, and then I would find a way to stage it, and I would see what the bear would do, but trying to lead it towards something that implied the intention. There's only one main problem: is you don't know what it's going to do. It may not do anything. It may do something completely random that has nothing to do with the movie, or it may do something that you'd never thought of that's even better. And we've been fortunate that on many occasions it's done something better.
Working with Bonkers was working with a full-grown, adult, trained animal. Bonkers plays the grown-up Winnie, and Bonkers was fabulous. He likes people more than bears. Actually, he thinks he is a person. He eats strawberry yogurt. He gives hugs to his trainers and anyone else who wants a hug. And Bonkers is really empathetic. In fact, at one point we were shooting the scene where an injured Harry Colburn has returned from the war, and someone brings to him the now full-grown Winnie. This is at the end of the movie. And it's Winnie's presence that brings Harry out of the distant place he's gone to. The actor, Michael Fassbender, who was playing Harry, starts to cry, of course, as he recognizes Winnie and as everything else comes tumbling back to him that he's been through. Bonkers, who was playing Winnie at this point, was very concerned that the actor was crying, and he reached forward and put his paw around his back and put his big head on top of the actor's head in an effort to comfort him, and that's all in the movie.
One of the reasons Bonkers got this part to play adult Winnie is he's super good with people. He's very affectionate. He's absolutely the sweetest blackbird you'll ever find anywhere. I mean, a lot of people say that, but he is the sweetest blackbird. You can put kids on him, kids can ride him, kids can walk beside him. You can, as you saw earlier, we had actor interaction. We have Michael down on the ground. He's hugging him, he's kissing him, he's blowing in his ear. And it's, he just loves it. He loves the camera and he loves people.
Okay, I think. Good boy. Thank you, Bonkers.
From the beginning, we were aware that it was our responsibility to make sure Charlie and Chester had a good home when they were finished making the movie. And we discussed various options. But by the time we were halfway through filming, Dana and Andrew, the animal trainers, came to me and said that they had decided that they'd like to keep Charlie and Chester with them as part of their family. So that's what's happened. Charlie and Chester are living in a compound behind a new house that the trainers bought to accommodate Charlie and Chester. And they're both 150 pounds each and growing by the day. We're not sure they'll make the 600 pounds that Bonkers is, but they're happy, healthy bears. And Dana and Andrew are delighted to have these additions to their family.
Fun, Hubby. Great big fun for you.